What's up, man? Future Jade. I'm had the idea a little bit ago to start journaling, and and I suck at writing, as we both know. So this is how I'm doing it. Um, I wanted to start journaling because I feel like my memory's not that good, and so I wanted to kind of write down, or at least keep some sort of record, how things are going in life and like the journey, because this year it's April 24th, 2026, and this is a big year for us, man. Looking back on this one day, you're probably gonna get a laugh, but today was hard. Today was a really hard day, if you can't tell. um Hopefully you don't remember it, but I I cried the hardest I've cried in a really long time, which is weird to say and admit as a man, but also it's kind of a broken belief, isn't it? You know, we're all human and life is tough. This year is really mixed with a lot of exciting and a lot of hardship. So I'll start with exciting. Um, at the end of last year, we put in our 3 months heads up, our 3 months notice, and we stopped working with CNR. So that's cool. I hope. The idea is cool to be the entrepreneur that I feel that I can be, that I want to be, to attain that freedom where I don't have to worry about location based work, and to help people in a fulfilling way that um makes me feel like my life has meaning and I'm like fulfilling some sort of self-worth. um I'm in the midst of trying to figure all that out right now, and it's difficult. Um, it's really difficult. It's really mentally straining and emotionally doubting. Uh, I I don't like to brag or anything, and I really do what I can to remain humble. So, um, even though I felt like I had some things figured out and I was quite good at work, and I was quite good at estimating and running the company with Eric. Um, Dad, uh, I wanted to branch out, you know, and start my own and build the future that I wanted to, and that's exciting. That is a really exciting prospect. And we bought our house 2.5 years ago here in Eagle Mountain, and I took January off the whole month. That was really exciting. Um, it was weird. We kind of played a lot of video games, but it was kind of sick. It got strangely comfortable after the 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks, if you don't remember, were weird. It felt like it felt like I was useless and I was getting fidgety because I wasn't making progress towards our goal. But then the second 2 weeks were pretty fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It's a weird thing. I guess I'm kind of lazy, but I like slow life. It feels calm and nice, but it's really hard to acquire because I mean everybody needs to make money, you know. I just don't want that to feel like an obligation, and I know that's a mental perspective, but I'm hoping that I can find something that feels more fulfilling, and that's why we're trying to build a business, and that's why I'm trying to be a consultant for contractors right now to help them. You know, I don't know what the future holds or what business will be successful for us, but that's what I'm trying right now. And then um, at the beginning of February, we went to the Bahamas, and that was really fun. Um, we did the cruise. Oh, in mid January, we found out that we're pregnant. So we have a baby on the way, which is the most exciting news, and baby's healthy. And that's crazy. That's really crazy. I can't even. What the hell? What the hell? But we have a baby coming, so that's really cool. It's probably the coolest thing ever, besides marrying a good woman. So I can't even imagine what it's going to feel like holding our new child. And we don't know if it's a boy or girl yet, so um, we're excited to have you, Kata, request whoever's ready to come down first. We're gonna find that out in 2 weeks, so that's exciting. And in February, we wanted to start with the business, but we still had leftover things to focus on for the basement. Um, as you can remember, or maybe it's still a rental for us, but we took the 3 levels of our townhome and we turned the basement into its own rental. I decided that we weren't using the space and we blocked off the wall and added a door in the garage. So now we have renters down there and they're very kind. And so that's really nice. And that really helps with the mortgage that pays for like half of it, which is massive. So that's so cool. And then in March, we started kind of focusing on the business a lot more and really getting the things put together. The LLC. Oh, well, after we got back from Japan, of course, our third visit, my third visit, both of our third visits, but Nell and I, our second together. And I hope we have a home in Japan by the time you're looking back on this. That is the dream. And have a home there. That'd be so freaking exciting. Being able to live there and enjoy that culture and the food and the peace and serenity over there. It's truly one of a kind of a place. So we'll live in Japan one day if we're not already. That's what we did at the beginning of March. And when we got back, focused on the business, put the LLC together, Bridge the Gap Solutions. And now we just been working on getting it together. And that's where it's really hard. That's where it's really, really hard. It's strange going from knowing how to handle massive multi-million dollar clients and huge architects that are working on projects north of $500 million to not even knowing how to get a freaking client. It's so difficult. It's such a different space. the construction world is a physical commodity. You know, anytime somebody's building or there's a repair needed, you know, they contact you, or, you know, just because you've been in the industry for a while or the truck and trailer's been around, they see you, you know, you have it is already established and the network's going. But when you're starting from zero, it's really stressful, and figuring out how to sell myself in a consulting framework is so difficult because people have to trust me and value that I know what I'm talking about, which I do for the most part. I'm not perfect. I would never lie to anybody, but I know how to run a successful company. I really did help build CNR to what it is today. I mean, I was a keystone for that. I took so much stress off of dad's plate, you know. But today, I think I'm struggling with tying my worth to this company, and that's kind of a recipe for disaster. Because I feel worthless. I feel like I'm failing. I mean, last night, Nell's having to work graves right now. I mean, she's working 36 hours. She's working 312s as a CNA, and she's just like slaving away your pregnant wife while you're trying to put together this business. And I mean, granted, you know, we both made this decision excited to move forward to the future that we wanted to, but unknowingly that we were pregnant until I was already gone, which I'm choosing to see as a blessing, and I'm choosing to see that that was God's timing, because dude, I couldn't do any of this without God. I mean, God's the reason that I was able to find my wife in the first place and get to where I am today, you know? So I'm really moving forward with faith, but that doesn't remove the pain and the heartache that starting a company has. And right now, today, I freaking, I'm doing everything I can to get clients. I haven't cold called yet, but I've done cold outreach. This one guy, he told me, he told me to become a man and go door to door and basically F off. You know, that was kind of hard to hear, but like also it's like, dude, what do you mean? This is what I gotta do. Um, but it's not all bad. It just feels really hard. It feels horrible. And attaching my worth to the company really is dragging me down. So I have to figure that out. I'm working on that. Um, because I'm helping Coda with his paint company right now. Hopefully he sticks with that. But he finds a lot of value in my help. I'm helping him for free right now. Um, and he's like, dude, you're a freaking blessing, and I'm like excited for our call. So I am providing him value. I do have potential to provide people for value. We'll just see if I can make it stick before I freaking go backwards on all of our savings. I think the thing that ticked me today was like I had to pay off our credit card, and just watching our savings plummet is insane. It goes against everything that I know logically, but I don't want to be a slave to a 9 to 5 anymore. I have to find my courage, which reminds me that there was one day a few months ago in September that we smoked that day. Because right now I'm like, it's very occasional that I smoke, but we smoked that day. And every once in a while, when you do, I get epiphanies. I get these deep soul feelings, and and they're as real as can be. And funny enough, Uncle David came to us and just said, "Find your courage. Eric's going to be okay." And that's what ticked me over the board to move over and start this painful journey. So thanks, David. Um, this sucks, but appreciate it. But it's what it takes because I want to be the man that gets to look back at this with teary eyes and feel proud and fond of starting from zero, but never quitting. Because even if this isn't the business that brings the success and the goal and the dream that we're looking for, um, something's gonna work out, man. Something will. We're so backed and we're so blessed by everybody and God and all of our guardian angels. So yeah, I just wanted to make this journal. I wanted to start this journal series because I'm horrible at writing, but I can talk about what's going on with my day. So this is the what's happening in the late April. So um it's really hard. It super sucks. And I mean, like, it's not serious, but like sometimes you just want the pain and the fear and the heartache to stop, even if that means your heart stopping, if you know what I mean. It's a tough way to think, and it's not healthy. So I'm working on not thinking like that because I have a lot to live for, and there's a lot of beauty. But in these tough times, it just feels very dark. It feels like I'm walking around in a room with a shit ton of booby traps, and I'm just blind, man. It's so dark, and I can't see anything. But I'm having to do a mental map. I'm like a blind guy walking around. I'm just getting fucking clotheslined by barbed wire and steel beams, and it hurts. Um, but I couldn't stomach the idea of just sitting down and doing nothing. I couldn't stomach the idea of quitting and not fulfilling my dream. So we're going to continue to push forward, and there's going to be better days. And there are better days. I mean, some days I'm really happy and like super excited to be doing what I'm doing. Um, but I would say most of them are really hard. Most of them are really hard and really alone. Um, because I'm the only one that can make this happen. But that's all I got for today, man. I'm probably gonna, I don't know, play some video games. It's like 9 o'clock at night, and and I've been crying, sleeping, and working most of all day today. So I think I'm gonna try to just turn my mind off a little bit and enjoy something fun. So I love you, man. See ya.